What's up, guys? My name is Spencer Turley, and this is a track review of 2013 Aussie SX Round 1. So, obviously, in Australia, one thing I've found pretty interesting is that I've not really looked at a lot of the European side, other than United States, let me just say it like that, kind of tracks on this game, and I'm kind of disappointed that I've not went and looked at them as much as I have. So, they're amazing. It's one of those things, like, you would just think, oh, the United States tracks are really cool and stuff, but if you actually go in there and start really looking and discovering some of the European tracks, they're actually really cool, and they're such a different vibe from the United States tracks. So pretty amazing when you think about it, because that's kind of how it is in real life. You wouldn't think it would be like that in a video game, if that makes sense. You know, you would think, oh, they're just kind of all the same feeling, and no matter if they're in the United States or overseas or whatever, you would think they all kind of feel the same, but actually it's a lot like how real life is. They've just got a totally different feeling to them. So really amazing. You know, if you're getting kind of burnt out on the United States tracks and stuff, definitely go check out some of the overseas European, Australian kind of tracks. So just amazing. Like I said, just got a totally different feel to the entire track itself. So really amazing, and there's a ton of them too. I mean, I've got so much more discovering to do on all the like overseas supercross rounds and just different stuff like that, and all the motocross rounds overseas. They make a lot of good tracks. So but anyways, like I said, it's just a totally different vibe. I mean, you would think there's only so many vibes a supercross track can have, but I promise you, this is totally different than any other United States tracks or anything. So just really cool. The whoops are super tame, that's for sure, but they kind of get tricky. Like I've always said, even though whoops can be tamed, the tamer they are, the faster you think you can hit them, and a lot of times that'll get you in a world of hurt real quick. Whole squad on that reel, you know what I'm saying? So pretty cool stuff, but the scenery, the stadium's totally different from any of the United States stadiums, so it's always good looking at different scenery. So and then it like comes across like on more of a motocross section over here, which is kind of interesting. So get a couple little jumps like that, and I did a crazy scrub right there and flipped over. So let me play this back in some third person, give you guys kind of a different angle. So check out these little guys right here going wee wee. Look at them. Oh man, I've never seen that in a track on MX Simulator. That's pretty interesting. I've seen them in real life, but never on a motocross track on MX Simulator. So that's kind of cool. But look at this stadium. Like that's cool. That's one thing I found with a lot of the overseas tracks. They've just got really unique stadiums. Everything doesn't just look the same. It's, you know, you've always got some kind of different stadium, and this is kind of a outdoor kind of stadium look to it. So that's pretty cool. And holy crap, it's a split lane start. I did not even realize that. That's amazing. It's kind of like a split lane start for your like Monster Cup and stuff. That's pretty cool. I didn't even realize that was a thing on this track. But so you can do the triple, and then it's like a quad, or I guess it'd be a quad technically. Yeah. Then you quad on the table like that, and I'm pretty sure you could probably launch that up completely over this tabletop and quad to the corner. So there's all kinds of different rhythms you can hit, but it's pretty cool. The traction's cool. It's different from any United States track, it feels like. So pretty interesting. It's not too slick. It's not too tractiony. It's just got a cool, different feeling to it overall. And that's what I pretty much can say about everything about any European or Australian kind of tracks, is they're just got a different feel to them. It's not necessarily worse or better or anything like that. It's just different. So it's kind of cool like that. So here I am going crazy on the rhythm sections. But yeah, the track overall, it's not like a humongous supercross track, but I think it's cool that it comes across back up to the more motocross section. So I've always been a big fan of hybrid tracks. I don't know what it is, but I think it's really cool. There's some more of those guys way off the track going, what's up? That's pretty cool. But yeah, if that's one thing about some of the European tracks is on this game anyways, is there's so many interesting just straight up, like, you know, your rhythm sections, and just the track overall is really cool. So just cool track, and that's really all I can explain about it. It's the ground decal looks pretty good, pretty realistic. So this is definitely a legit like supercross rounds and series and stuff. So if you guys haven't checked these out, definitely check them out. They're pretty cool. So and I'm trying to review a whole lot more of the European style tracks and stuff too, so that'll be really cool. So anyways, so pretty cool track overall. Triples nice. All the jump distances are cool. They're They're probably a little bit difficult for a more beginner rider. Some of these humongous lines where you're like tripling, quadding, and stuff like that's probably a little more difficult. But other than that, pretty easy overall. So I'm gonna give this track I'm gonna give it a solid 9 overall, almost a 10. I'm gonna give it a 9. It's hard for me to, well, you know what? I've got to give it a 10. I mean, it's a 10, guys. I mean, you know, when you add in all the statues and all the everything you put into it, I mean, that's a lot of work. So, I mean, I've got to give it a 10. I kind of wish I did my ratings like 0 to 100, so that it kind of, you could tell like the difference between like a 90 track and an actual like 99 or 100 kind of track. It's hard because 10, the difference between 9 and 10 is such a vague kind of thing, and a 10 is, I've got to give a lot of these tracks 10s because they're really, really good, but there's a lot of times there's like Pastrana crazy good tracks, and then sometimes they're just really good tracks, so it's hard to say between it, but I'm going to say a 10 for sure. So we got the little Brap hay bales or whatever these are right here, so that's kind of cool. But anyways, really cool track overall, and definitely recommend you guys checking it out. And I'm going to say the difficulty, I'm going to say it's solid medium, almost hard difficulty, but I'm going to say medium. So anyways, so that's it for this video, guys, and I appreciate all you guys watching. Thanks.